CAA fans, do you want to feel the excitement of March Madness like never before? CAAtickets.com is the source for your premium seating options for the 2014 CAA Men's Basketball Championship. The road starts here. Hello, Hoops fans, and welcome back to CA Hoops Weekly. I'm your host, Bobby Broyles, joined here by Rob Washburn. Rob, we're coming down to the wire with this being the final Saturday of the regular season on the men's side, and there are still a lot of questions to be answered. Let's begin with what we do know, which is that Delaware's win over UNCW last night guarantees the Blue Hens at least a share of the conference title.
Yeah, congratulations to Monte Ross and the Delaware Blue Hens for winning at least a share of their first CA regular season title. This has been the case so many times this season, the Hens had to rally from behind as UNCW opened the second half on a 13-0 run and led by 9 with under 16 minutes to play. But behind guard Jarvis III, who returned to action for the first time after an 8-game absence, Delaware was able to regain the momentum and pull away for a 70-57 victory. Threet finished with a game-high 24 points, 6 assists, and 4 steals, and could provide the fresh legs and a spark on both ends of the floor for Delaware as we head towards the tournament.
I'm sure the Blue Hens were really happy to see him back in the lineup last night. Yeah. Another team looking to snag at least a share of the CA regular season title with Delaware are the Towson Tigers, who are now on a 5-game winning streak after knocking off James Madison last night in Harrisonburg.
Yeah, much like Delaware, Towson also had to battle from behind on the road as JMU rode the hot hand of Andre Semenoff to build a 10-point lead with 17 minutes left. But the Tigers turned to their main man, Jarrell Benneman, who posted his NCAA best 19th double-double with another monster performance, scoring 28 points and grabbing 16 rebounds as the Tigers held on for a 69-66 victory. This one was decided at the free throw line as Towson went 30 for 31 at the charity stripe, including 17-17 in the second half. It was the 9th win in the past 10 games for the Tigers, who tied their Division I program record for victories with 21.
So the Tigers are hot right now, and it'll all come down to the final Saturday of the regular season, and both Delaware and Towson have tough tests ahead of them. We'll begin with the Blue Hens, who are headed down to the College of Charleston. Rob, UD had to rally from 20 points down midway through the second half to knock off the Cougars in Newark.
Yeah, College Charleston held a commanding 51-31 advantage with just 8:52 to play before the Blue Hens' Davon Usher took over, scoring 27 of his career-high 42 points in the final 9 minutes to rally Delaware to a 67-64 victory. Now, the Cougars did a lot of things right in that game, shooting 57% from the floor and out-rebounding Delaware 38-17, but they committed a season-high 26 turnovers and also struggled from the free throw line. Now, there's a lot on the line for both teams in this game. Delaware needs to win to lock up the #1 seed for next week's tournament, while the Cougars are locked in a 3-way tie for 5th place with JMU and Northeastern and can enhance their seeding with a victory. CFC is 5-2 at home in the CAA play this year, while Delaware is 6-1 on the road. It should be a great matchup.
Well, remember, fans, you can catch this game on Saturday at 2 o'clock on Comcast Sportsnet with a live simulcast being made available for our out-of-market viewers on CA.TV. As for Towson, the Tigers will remain in the friendly confines of CQ Arena to take on William & Mary, which has locked into that #3 seed in the upcoming CAA tournament.
Yeah, if Delaware were to slip up on Saturday, Towson can clinch the #1 seed and a share of its first CAA regular season title with a win over the Tribe. Now, the two teams met just a couple of weeks ago in Williamsburg, and the Tigers earned an 85-70 victory as Mike Burwell scored a career-high 23 points and Jarrell Benneman contributed 21 points and 14 rebounds. Towson also did a great job defensively on Marcus Thornton, limiting him to 6 points on 1 of 14 shooting. Now, it will be senior day for the Tigers as Benneman Burwell, Marcus Damas, and Raphael Guthrie are honored for all they have done in helping turn around the Towson program. Now, while William & Mary can't improve their seeding, they are looking to build some momentum heading into the tournament, especially since these teams could see each other again next week. The Tribe shot 54% and got a balanced scoring effort in beating Hofstra 79-74 on Wednesday. If they can continue to get contributions from a variety of players and shore things up on the defensive end, William & Mary should certainly be a strong contender next week in Baltimore.
And to talk about how important that #1 seed is, whoever does get that #1 seed is guaranteed to be playing postseason basketball in the NIT tournament coming up in March. You can watch the Tigers take on the Tribe on Saturday at 4 on a number of Comcast Sportsnet regional outlets and, of course, on CA.TV for you out-of-market viewers. Now here's a look at the rest of this week's action around CAA men's basketball. Turning our attention to the women's side now, the JMU Dukes have clinched the regular season title outright and will be the #1 overall seed in the upcoming CAA women's basketball tournament at the Showplace Arena in Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Yeah, the Dukes clinched their first regular season title since 2010-11 with another convincing victory, defeating Hofstra 78-47 last Sunday. Now, JMU didn't have its best game offensively, but they were suffocating on the defensive end, holding the Pride to 24% field goal shooting, blocking 10 shots, and out-rebounding Hofstra 57-39. Kirby Burkholder posted her 9th double-double of the season with 28 points and 11 rebounds. Precious Hall chipped in 11 points and 9 boards. JMU is now 13-0 in the conference, and 10 of those victories have come by 20 or more points. Now, the Dukes faced a tough road test at College of Charleston on Thursday before playing their final home game for Valley Girls, Kirby Burkholder and Nikki Newman on Sunday versus William & Mary. JMU will be attempting to set a new Convocation Center attendance record.
Well, congratulations to head coach Kenny Brooks and the Dukes. But as for the rest of the league, it's going to be very exciting to see how the rest of the seeds play out. As recent results have shown, Rob, anyone can beat anyone on any given day.
Yeah, no question is right now it's only a 2-game separation between 3rd and 7th place in the standings. What a day we had last Sunday, Bobby. William & Mary rallied for a 68-64 road victory at 2nd place Delaware behind 21 points from freshman Marlena Tremba. Jewel Tunstall tallied 22 points and 17 rebounds as Northeastern overcame a 15-point deficit to post a thrilling 78-73 double overtime win over 3rd place Drexel. And UNCW picked up its 3rd CAA victory of the season as the Seahawks edged Towson 60-59 when Kelva Atkins drained a pair of free throws with 1.4 seconds to go. Now, if Sunday's action is any indication, we could have some very exciting and unpredictable games come tournament time in Upper Marlboro.
Absolutely. Should be exciting last few games for these teams as they jockey for position here down the stretch. Now here's a look at the rest of this week's action around CAA women's basketball. Remember, you can follow all of these games on our game day page on casports.com, which features links to live stats and audio and video streaming for all of this week's games.
You can also continue to follow the league on our many social media outlets. So like us on Facebook at facebook.com/CAsports and follow us on Twitter at CAA Basketball using the hashtag CAHoops. And be sure to get an inside look at the league on Instagram where you can search CAA Sports.
Fans, don't forget that last weekend, CAA Hoops was on the campus of UNCW where we caught up with Seahawks senior Shane Rival, who has gone from walk-on to scholarship player and back during his career in the Port City. If you haven't checked it out, find it now on CAA.tv and CAMen'sHoops.wordpress.com. Rob, I got to see Shane play live, and the young man only has one switch, which is turned up from start to finish.
What a remarkable story about a young man who has overcome injuries and obstacles to become the leader of the UNCW basketball team. His hard work and hustle is evident whenever you watch him play, and from what I understand, you almost ended up on the wrong end of one of his all-out dives for a loose ball.
Absolutely. He was right there, called timeout, and was able to keep him off me there for a second. That's a lie. That's a big guy right there. Our own Alex Souza and Zach Burris will be on campus this weekend when they finish up our CAA Hoops on Campus slate on Long Island with a visit to Hofstra. Stay tuned to CAsports.com and our official CAA Hoop Scoop and Baseline Buzz blogs for highlights, analysis, and next week's In Focus feature on the Pride. Rob, our final regular season episode of CAA Hoops Weekly is nearly a wrap. Where has the time gone?
The month of February has certainly flown by, but we're setting up for an exciting final week of the regular season and some very competitive games in the tournaments.
Absolutely. Remember to tune in next Tuesday for our CAA Hoops Weekly Tournament Special, where we get you set for the 2014 CAA Men's Basketball Championship in Baltimore, Maryland. For Rob Washburn, I'm Bobby Broyles. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the games this week, everyone.
From day one, our mission has been March. Those 4 days in Baltimore are the reason for every rep, every sprint, every shot. Every time we step on the court, we dream of stepping on that ladder, cutting down those nets, raising that trophy. In the CAA Men's Basketball Championship, anything can happen. So turn up the music. It's time to dance.
For more information, visit CAAsports.com. Order tickets at Ticketmaster.com.